Assalamu alaikum. Hello, my dear students. Today, my concern is intonation, one of the most important topics in English phonetics and phonology. How to move your voice from the standard level to high level to low level, high, low, high, low, low, high. Let's see. Please concentrate and listen carefully. First of all, in linguistics, intonation is the variation of pitch when speaking. Pitch means music, simply. Intonation and stress are two main elements of linguistic prosody. Intonation is a part of suprasegmental phonology. Intonation helps to recognize the language that you hear in the same way as the melody of a song helps to recognize the song that you hear. For example, this is an introduction to know the meaning of intonation. So, intonation is the variation of pitch when speaking. Intonation and stress are two main elements of linguistic prosody, and it's a part of suprasegmental phonology, and it helps to recognize the language that you hear in the same way as the melody of a song helps to recognize the song that you hear. What about types of English intonation? In general, linguists distinguish several main types of English intonation. This is generally. But the two basic types are number one, falling intonation, and number two, rising intonation. Falling intonation from high level to low level, up, down. Rising intonation from down to up level, or from low level to high level. Other main types of intonation, by the way, include high fall, low fall, full rise, high rise, mid-level rise, and low rise. These are other main types of intonation. Okay, let us start. First type, rising intonation. Rising intonation in English is a pretty complicated phenomenon. It can express a number of various emotions such as non-finality, surprise, doubt, trust, politeness, lack of confidence. Rising intonation in English is very different from rising intonation in other languages, such as Russian language, for example, and German and French. Russian language is an example. Standard rising intonation in English first goes down a little and then up. Okay? But what about the other languages? And it doesn't go as high as the rise in Russian does, or in German, or in French does. So, rising intonation in English is very different from rising intonation in other languages. Okay, second type is falling intonation. Falling intonation is the most common type of standard unemphatic intonation in English. Unemphatic intonation in English. It is used for asking and giving information. Asking and giving information in normal, quiet, unemphatic style. Sounds more categorical, confident, and convincing than rising intonation. This is the difference, the key difference between rising intonation and falling intonation. Standard falling intonation in English falls stronger and deeper than standard falling intonation in other languages, such as Russian languages, for example, or German, French, even Arabic language. So sounds more categorical, confident, and convincing than rising intonation. Okay, to summarize all the story of this introduction, I can say pitch is raising. Pitch means music, simply. Pitch is raising and lowering, the voice while speaking. The use of pitch is called intonation. The use of pitch is called intonation. The way we use changes in pitch to convey meaning and mood. For example, listen carefully please when I say you're coming. You're coming. This is a statement, not a question. You're coming. You're coming. But what about you're coming? You're coming? You're coming? It means I am waiting for your answer to say yes or no. Okay? So the first style, you're coming. The second style, you're coming? You're coming? This is question. So pitch is raising and lowering the voice while speaking. This is intonation. The way we use changes in pitch to convey meaning and mood. Look at this style please. The first style or the first figure represents rising pattern, rising pattern of intonation from down to up level, low, high, low, high. Look at the second pattern, falling pattern, intonation, falling pattern, falling from high to low, up, down, high, low. So rising intonation, low, high, falling intonation, high, low, high, low. Okay, this is the level of your voice, the level of your voice. Now I'm going to apply rising intonation from low level to high level. Listen carefully please and repeat after me. Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? Can we meet at 3? Can we meet at 3? Did you have lunch? Did you have lunch? Are you serious? Are you serious? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? These are yes, no questions. We can use the rising pattern, the rising intonation from low level to high level. Now I'm going to apply the falling pattern or the falling intonation from high level to low level. What works best? Listen carefully and repeat after me please. What works best? Why did you say that? Why did you say that? Who else will be there? Who else will be there? When is this due? When is this due? When do you leave? When do you leave? Where did you find that? Where did you find that? When can you meet? When can you meet? How it go? How it go? How it go? These are WH questions. We can use the following pattern of intonation from high level to low level. More examples, please listen carefully and repeat after me. I am from Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. I have been to Spain, Italy, France, and Germany. I'd like to go into finance or marketing. Would you like to start? Would you like to start? Which of the options is the most important? Which of the options is the most important? You said you work in this industry, didn't you? You said you work in this industry, didn't you? You said option A was the most important, didn't you? You said option A was the most important, didn't you? Example F and example G. Example F represents certain, certain saying, certain speech. You said you work in this industry, didn't you? Example G represents uncertain words, uncertain saying. You said option A was the most important, didn't you? Okay. All these examples for rising intonation. Let's study some other examples of for falling intonation. Let's eat outside. Let's eat outside. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. It was a great trip. It was a great trip. That's an excellent suggestion. That's an excellent suggestion. Please repeat. Listen carefully and repeat. Let's eat outside. It's nice to meet you. It was a great trip. That's an excellent suggestion. Okay, to summarize all the story of this issue, this topic, in linguistics, intonation is the variation of pitch when speaking. Intonation and stress are two main elements of linguistic prosody. Intonation is the music of a language, melody, and is perhaps the most important element of a good accent. A good accent. Often we hear someone speaking with perfect grammar and perfect formation of the sounds of English, but with a little something that gives them away as not being a native speaker. Intonation, the rise and fall of pitch in our voices, plays a crucial role in how we express meaning. Thank you and goodbye.